Alright, time for homework 21. This is for the students that are in the honors classes. Because today we learned about graphing inequalities, lines that have this little greater than or less than sign in the middle. So you're going to graph it just like you would if it were like y equals x plus 2. But your line will either be dashed or dotted, or it'll be a solid line, and then you're going to shade one side of the line. So, we have one, not one. Oh man, oh no, all sorts of errors, stop it. We got y greater than or equal to x plus 2, so we have a y-intercept of 2, so put a nice little dot there. And you have a slope of 1, because the number in front of x, there. And I wish, apparently my marker's not working. There's no number in front of x, so that's a slope of 1. So you go up 1, right 1, you can put a point there. Up 1, right 1, you can put a point there. And now you're ready to draw your line. And to figure out if it's dashed or not, look at that symbol there, your greater than or equal to. Since it can be equal to, you're going to do a solid line. Just like that. Blam. Blam. Okay. Now we need to just figure out which side is going to be shaded, like the upper left or the bottom right. To figure this out, just pick a point on one of the sides. I like picking the point 0, 0 because it's really easy to plug into your inequality. So put 0 in for y, 0 in for x, and decide if that's true. Is it true that 0 is greater than or equal to 2? The answer to that's no. So you're not going to shade on the side with 0, 0. So this side would be the wrong side. You're going to shade the other side because that side would be true. Ta-da! Number 1's done. Let's move on to number 2. Once again, graph it like it was an actual line, and then worry about the shading later. So it's got a y-intercept of positive 1, so go to positive 1 and put a point there. And now you need to get another point, so use your slope, that negative 2/3. The negative 2/3 means you go down 2 as you go right 3. So start at 1, down 2, right 3, gets you at 3, negative 1. And you can do a few more, right? Down 2, right 3, gets you at 6 there. And now you're ready to draw your line. Look closely at your symbol there. If it can be equal to, you're going to do a solid line. If it can't be equal, then you're going to do a dashed line. So since it can be equal, I'm going to do a solid line. And you need to figure out which side gets shaded. If you can't like guess with it, here, pick a point. I'm going to pick 0, 0. And see if 0, 0 satisfies the inequality. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 2/3 times 0 plus 1? In other words, is 0 less than or equal to 1? That is true, so we're going to shade the side of the plane, the coordinate plane that has 0, 0, which is this way. So we're going to shade that direction. Shade, shade, shade. It's beautiful, I know. Oh man, let's see if we can do this in lesson. No, we can't do it in lesson 5. Well, we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we got our next one. Once again, graph it like it's a normal graph. You're going to start with your y-intercept, which is this 5. So go to 5. And you need to use your slope, the negative 3/4, to get other points. Negative 3/4 means you start from your y-intercept, and you're going to go down 3. And 1, 2, 3. And you're going to go right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blam! You have another point right there. Now you got 2 points. You can graph your line, and to decide whether it's dashed or a solid line, you're going to look at your inequality symbol. It is strictly less than. All the previous 2 ones had less than or equal to, it had greater than or equal to. This one, strictly less than, so we're going to have a dashed or dotted line. So, start drawing your little dashed lines there. I'm sure I could draw this better if I was actually on paper and had a straight line thing to do. But ta-da, there's our line. Remember, dashed means those numbers are not included, and it comes because of this less than, strictly less than. Okay, and now we need to decide which side we're going to shade on. Typically, less than means down or to the left, but if you're not quite sure, you just take a point. I like choosing the point 0, 0. But here, let's do a different one because we can. Let's pick this point here. -1, 0. So x is going to be -1 and y is going to be 0. So I'm going to plug that in. 0 less than 5 minus 3/4, and x is -1. So we got 0 less than 3/4 times -1 is -3/4. If you're subtracting -3/4, it's adding. So that's really 5 3/4. Is 0 less than 5 3/4? That is true. So we're going to shade the side that has that point. That's down and to the left. Ta-da! That one's done. And we'll move on to number 4. Once again, graph it like it was a normal line. Put your y-intercept down on your axes. Oh, oops, just kidding. It's -4, so we go down to -4. And we have a slope of 2. That's like 2 over 1. So you're going to go up 2 as you go right 1 spot. Up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Right? You can do it a few times. You really only need 2 points, but more can help you out. Okay, and now we need to decide if we're going to do a dash or a solid line. Look at your inequality symbol. It does not have an equal to part, so since it doesn't, we just have a dashed line, which will look something like that. And put arrows on the end to show that it goes on forever. And now we need to decide which side we're going to shade. If you're not sure, you just pick a point. I'm going to pick the point this time, 0, 1. Okay, I'm going to plug that in. Y is 1. X is 0. Minus 4. Simplify is 1 greater than -4. That is true, so the side that had the point I chose is the side that's going to get shaded, which is up this way. Ta-da! So the point 0, 1 was true, because 1 is greater than -4, so we're going to shade that direction. Ta-da! All done.